Welcome back. In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you the forms, HTML forms. What are forms? An HTML form is used to collect user input. The user input is most often sent to a server for processing. So, let's go straight into what we have for the HTML form. Like I said, an HTML form is a collection of user input, and these user inputs are often sent to the server. So we have the form elements. We have various types of form elements which are listed on the screen. We have the input element, the label, the select, the text area, the button, the field set, the legend, data list, output, option, and opt group. These are all the HTML form elements that we have. So now I will be going into each of them one after the other in the text editor. So let's go to our text editor now. Okay, so now let's create another file. We'll call it form.html. Call it form.html. Not to worry, the other ones we've done from the table, I will separate them into their own file so you can get everything. So now let's start. We have, if you remember, we start with doc type HTML, right? We have the HTML, right? We have the HTML, we have the head, inside the head we have the title, and after the head we have the body tag. And inside the head here we have, I'll just come to the index HTML and copy everything we have on the head aside from the link. So just copy all the meta tag on the head, Ctrl C. We'll come to the form and we'll paste it here. Ctrl S to save. We paste it here. Ctrl S to save. Now we have our head ready. We have the head ready. So now we'll give this page a title. Let's give it the form page. Give it the form page. Okay. So we go to the body and we put the element form. Okay. So now inside this form we can do various things inside this form. Okay. So now we have a label. The first thing we have here, we have the input and we have the label. So let's go with the label first. Label is simply just the name you give to it's just as the name implies, label, just to label a particular cell or a particular form field. It's just as the name implied. You can just call this first name. Sorry. Okay, so first name, and this first name will have an input. We have an input element, and the input element we have the type of text. We have a type of text. We have a name of f name. Have a name of f name. We have a name of f name, and we have an ID of f name too. An ID of f name. Okay, so we put a line break here just to give the space, just to give us space. You can put double line break or one. Then we'll come here, put a label again. Put a label again. A label. Here we have last name. You have last name. Inputs. So the inputs also will carry the type text. Carry the type text. We have a name called lname. Have a name called lname. We have an ID called lname too. Name also. So put a line break again. And we have another label called the email. Have an input. You have an input and the type email. And the type email. You have the type email. Sorry, my system is slow. You have a name. Email add. And note, your name and your ID must always be the same. Your name and your ID must always be the same. And here also we have a label. We have a label called to choose gender. You have a label called we have a label called male. I think there's a line break here too. There is a line break here. We have a label called name and input. An input with the type radio. With the type radio, and the name Gmail. Gmail ID, Gmail, and the value of mail. Okay, so copy this, Ctrl C, BR, Ctrl S, change this to female, Fmale, Fmale, female. So I'll just come here and type form.html, and this should bring the form page. Yes, this is how it will look like. Okay, you have the first name, the last name, the email, then you choose whether you're a male or a female. For now, you can choose the both at once, but later while styling, we'll be able to choose one at a time. Instead of choosing the both, you choose one at a time. Okay. Okay, put a line break for line break also, then refresh this page. Okay, now they are spaced out. Now they are spaced out. So we've talked about the input, we've talked about the label, and now let's go to select. Now the select, we also have another element inside, which is the option, which gives the user the ability to select through different options. And this is how it works. Let me show you. Okay, so we have select, and option. Select and option. Oh, I forgot. You can also put, let me break the line. Okay. So now you can also put a label. Yes, which will now say choose a country. Okay, choose a country. So inside the option here we'll have, For the select here now, we'll put an ID to be country, and name to also be country. Okay, so for the options here now, we have Nigeria, let's copy this and let's do paste. We have Nigeria, we have Afghanistan, Afghanistan, we have Iraq, have Iran, Korea, we have Zimbabwe, and we have USA. So let's save this and see how this looks on our browser. Okay, now this is exactly, so once you click on this arrow, you have the list of all the countries listed here. So thank you very much. We'll continue this section before we start next tutorial. Please stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Bye.